some people in my school didn't know where Pakistan was. But I had a classmate, and I think this was my first day, and I was getting introduced to everyone in the class. I told them I'm from Pakistan. And they couldn't get it. Like,
and this is a white ass school,
white ass school, and I'm like the only brown person. The chick was like, "Is Pakistan in this planet?" And so there were so many layers.
What year did you come in, by the way?
18.
Oh, bro, this girl's messing with you. Right?
No, you dead
honestly, bro. Honestly, she wasn't messing with me. This is the worst part of it. Like, implying me as an alien, I'm like, this is also above it.
Pakistanis, Indians around the world are uniting behind something, bro, finally.
Kashmir.
No, not that, bro. It will never be that. I think they're uniting behind a racial slur we probably didn't even know existed.
See, I knew of it, but I don't think it was an issue.
I think I've heard of it.
Thanks to brother KSI out in the UK, a new word has come to light for the rest of the world. Pakistani without the stani, bro.
Bro, just say Paki, bro.
Okay, we can say. Do you think it's our version of the N-word? Like, only we can say
bro, if there is our version of the N-word, this better be it. I need something.
Not only that, we can get away with saying it and not feel like sad about it or offended about it.
Do you reckon I can say it or not? Like,
I think Australian white people can say it without us taking offense, and I can tell you why.
I think
because you were in a competition of cricket competition until last month, and we had a team Paki boys.
Versing against the Paki boys.
We were versing against them.
And no one batted an eye.
No one batted an eye. The Empires were like, we were versing the Paki boys. We were like, yeah, we are.
Yeah.
Brother, we didn't verse to them. We lost to them.
I don't think like the context over here is the same. So I've never like been called it or like had any indication that if someone says that to me, I should be offended by it as a kid or whatever.
Have you referred yourself as Pakistani, as Paki?
Bro, I refer to the whole biology group, which is our group. I call you guys Paki boys. Oh yeah, I'm hanging out with the Paki boys.
Yeah.
I've never had any issue until I realized this is...
We're giving some great content for anyone that wants to cancel us like multiple times just saying it. In high school, because I was the only Pakistani in my year, I was deciding between putting year 12 jersey name on the back. It was between Paki boy or Pac-Man.
Sure.
Pac-Man with a K.
What did he get?
And I chose Pac-Man, luckily, bro, because if someone spotted me in the street and knew of the word, maybe they would have taken.
But did you know back then?
Bro, I didn't even know. Like, I was just like Paki boy. It is what it is.
Were people aware of Pakistan as a country back then, in high school at least?
Obviously, bro. I don't know what world you're living in. People didn't know Pakistan.
I swear, you know, like some people in my school didn't know where Pakistan was.
Your school was a weird school as well, so yeah.
But like, so people knew there was a country, Pakistan. Yeah. They could roughly point in what continent it would be, etc., etc.
Yeah. It wasn't the case for you?
No, it wasn't.
So when you tried explaining to people Pakistan, what did they think?
So I don't know if someone was messing with me, but I had a classmate, and I think this was my first day, and I was getting introduced to everyone in the class. I told them I'm from Pakistan. And they couldn't get it. Like,
and this is a white ass school,
white ass school, and I'm like the only brown person apart from my sister and my cousin.
Yeah.
And my cousins are in different grades, or my sisters are in different grade.
Yeah.
So they've only seen one brown person ever.
Yeah.
And she's like, so the chick was like, "Is Pakistan in this planet?" And so there were so many layers.
What year did you come in, by the way?
18.
Oh, bro, this girl's messing with you. Bro.
No, you dead
honestly, bro. Honestly, she wasn't messing with me. This is the worst part of it. Like, implying me as an alien, I'm like, this is also above it. But
as an alien.
Yeah.
So I thought she was still missing, but like she potentially could be, but highly doubt. You reckon?
Yeah.
Like she wouldn't know of Pakistan.
Yeah. Because what is the goal here? When we tell people we're Pakistani, what do they mostly associate us with?
Bombs.
No, not. That's true. In Vietnam, they do that, bro.
Have you told you that story in Vietnam?
No.
So
I don't think so.
in Vietnam, we were getting fleeced by taxi drivers all the time.
Yeah.
And we don't want to show we're from a first world country.
Australia.
So everyone used to ask where you from. We said we're from Pakistan. So we can
show that we don't have money.
We don't have that much money, or like they can't fleece us that much. So this taxi driver, he says, "Where are you from?" I say, "Pakistan." He says, "Pakistan, bomb."
No, one of them said Taliban as well.
Taliban, exactly. Taliban.
He didn't say bomb. He's like Taliban. Yeah, and then me and son look at each other.
Taliban's in Afghanistan.
No, bro, they're in Pakistan as well.
Oh,
Alhamdulillah.
But when we are like associated with anyone, it's mostly Indians over here.
Yeah.
And we take offense to that, bro.
Do you reckon Indians take offense to it because they're called Pakis and they're like, we're not Pakistanis, man?
I think they do.
I don't think Indians would be called Pakis as much as Pakis called Indians.
What do you mean? Around the world, you mean?
Yeah, I think so.
But in the UK, it's an offensive word for Indians even. So Indians, Bangladeshi, Afghanis. Sri Lankans, Pakistanis, they all get under the umbrella of.
This is like when they call Sikhs you terrorists, like you Muslim terrorists.
Yeah. Same deal, same deal. Yeah. Well, I feel bad for Sikhs, bro. Nicest people in the world, they get associated.
So was the Paki slur used predominantly by white people, or is it anyone else?
White, yeah, I would say so. Yeah, the colonial whites of the UK. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So I didn't know what, like, I knew it was like a slur, but I didn't know what the history was. I just thought it was one of those terms which, like, they just used to call us like a derogatory term. I'm like, but does it have a history? But then apparently it was used as like the N-word is, or some of the Jewish slurs that are out there against Jewish people to like actually like harm them.
Jewish slurs? Can you teach me some?
I'd rather not say, bro.
I actually can't think of one.
What do you mean?
I know
Jewish
one.
slur.
It starts with Y.
There's actually a lot more which I didn't know about.
I don't encounter a lot of Jews in Australia.
You wouldn't encounter many
Like,
around the world.
I think I've met one. You would, especially in America and stuff.
Yeah, but you know what the Jewish population.
Way down the ladder. You need to go up.
Yeah,
the ranks.
Yeah, true.
You're in the wrong circles, bro. Yeah. You know how many what the Jewish, like, people who identify as Jewish are around the world?
What?
The number.
Oh no,
3%.
it would be very small.
No, as a million figure. What do you think it is?
3 million.
There would be more than that, surely.
It's like only 18, 19, 20 million, bro.
Oh damn.
Yeah, out of like billions of people around the world. So it's not like it's actually regular that you haven't encountered that many.
Yeah.
But you're more than
my office. My office has 2 Spotify levels in it.
Spotify levels.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
It was
bro?
a Kanye joke, bro.
It made
music
zero
industry.
sense, bro. Like
Music industry, bro. It's run by.
Okay, so he's saying that there's
I'm
2
so confused.
record labels over there,
Yeah.
bro. If you have to explain a joke, it doesn't. It wasn't good, bro.
Fair. Okay.
In the UK, in the 70s and 80s, they actually, because there was an influx of Pakistanis and Indians or whatever that were coming in, the whites that were over there, they started using as a term of like a derogatory term and like started beating them up. And there was actually a movement called Paki bashing. So whites would just get together, like they're going out on a picnic and then just go Paki bashing. That was the context behind it.
I do that all the time.
Yeah. You do?
Yeah.
What do you mean by Paki bashing specifically?
Like the cricket team.
Oh, I thought you were gonna. I thought your wife is Pakistani, bro. If you're implying that, I might call the police on you, bro. So when KSI said it in the UK, it makes sense there was that outrage, because he's grown up. A lot of his followers are from a Pakistani background because there's so many over there.
It's kind of rich of Pakistanis to be calling out racism. Like, we are probably one of the most racist people you would imagine.
Against
like
our own people, though.
Against
What, in terms of like caste or something?
No, not entirely caste, but like we're very classist people. Like people that work for us let's say in Pakistan, they have separate set of utensils, they have separate set of bathrooms.
Oh really?
Yeah, like they wouldn't share.
Shit,
like they will have steel cups that they use.
I get your point, but it's one of those things like 2 wrongs doesn't mean like it should be happening.
But I don't think KSI deserve what he received.
Bro, KSI has an international audience as well. That's the thing. Like, sure, he grew up in the UK, but I'm sure he's going in and out of America and going in and out of other areas of Europe and stuff.
He should be aware of like racial slurs in general, not just the P-word.
No, but his audience is international. Like, half of them don't even, like, it doesn't apply to probably half of his audience. Or
No, but like
it doesn't justify KSI saying those words.
Okay, say his audience is international. At least 50% is still UK, you would say, right? So if he's catering just for his audience,
I don't know. I have a whole problem about blanket banning words in the first place. If it's used in an endearing way, I don't see how it could cause offense. Unless someone has particularly told me, and even then, like I just wouldn't use it just for them. But
why not?
I still don't.
But you would use it in other contexts.
Yeah.
Like if you like someone.
I generally don't use it much anymore. But
I'm trying to get out of you.
But I have a problem with the logic of it, right?
Yeah.
So, like, there are words in the English language that are used in an endearing way, and they're used in a derogatory way, right? Yeah. A simple version, I can't say it because I don't swear, but it's the C word, right? In Australia, if I call someone the C word, it might be a friend, like, oh, this guy's a funny, whatever, fill in the blanks, right?
Son is trying to figure out what the C word.
C word.
Can't with a U, bro.
It's like my last name, bro.
Can't with a U. Rather than an A.
Easy, bro. I'm not into like obscene language.
Oh yeah. Anyway, so it can be used in an endearing way,
but that's not that word. No, it is a slur in a way because it's used against women.
It is a slur, bro. Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
So you can use an endearing way.
Yeah.
and you can also use it in a derogatory way. I can call, bro, that girl is a whatever, right?
Yeah.
And it can be used in both ways.
Yeah.
And people won't blink an eye if you know, if you're like just to your mate, oh, bro, you're a funny, whatever, right? Whereas for whatever reason,
we say funny with a K, IENT, bro.
No, you don't. That's pronounced differently though.
Yeah.
But the same can be applied to like pretty much any word.
So Indian people have this name called Sikand. so we were playing cricket. Me, one of our friends, you know, I don't know his podcast, Sarib.
Yeah.
And this guy kept calling each other Sikand. And I'm like, what is this, man?
Yeah.
And I was fresh out of Pakistan.
You thought it was...
Like, you know, like he's calling me Sikand, Sarib, Sikand. And I'm like, Sarib, this is not adding up. Then Sarib broke it down for me.
It's like what they're actually trying to say is that. Yeah, okay.
But my point is that words have different meanings.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, like that I think would make sense. But it's just that historically is just... not historically. Now it's just understood that that word is sort of blacklisted in a way. And you would find it very hard.
No, but it's
just the way society is at the moment. You'll find it hard.
It's to each individual as well. Like even if you speak to black people, I don't know, African Americans or whatever, like they would themselves be divisive or divisive about it.
Yeah.
Some of them, and probably a minority of them, are okay with, you know, a friend or whoever or whatever using the N-word, and it's the N-word pause, right?
Yeah.
Whereas some people completely blacklist it. Like if they hear anyone, even
people would care. Like,
so that's
African people. I think they use it now because American culture has become so influential in Africa.
But if you were to say it to them, they wouldn't take it as an offensive thing. They shouldn't ideally.
I don't know.
Bro, you don't want to test your limits. But like you, African people
let's
in
go
general.
to Africa and test it out, bro.
Sure.
It's just one of those things like if you're in the wrong crowd, one would bash you. If you're in the right crowd, they would just be like, cool. Bro.
Yeah.
And more than likely you're gonna get bashed. So like the odds are against you. So better not to say.
Because historically African people wouldn't have any connotations with that particular word.
No. I think it started off once the I don't want to say that, but like it might
slaves, right?
Yeah, it probably started off once they got to America. Because but there's what you were saying about like there's certain words in the English language which are just used in everyday language as well.
Yeah.
The word chink is a derogatory term used to go against used against Chinese people.
Mm-hmm. Or gook even. That's a good example.
That's actually more offensive than even chink.
No, but there's a in Miami slang, gook means like sort of weird, because Denzel Curry had a song or rap song called Gook.
And did he get hate?
I'm a gook, or something. No, I think it's called gook. And I think in the description or somewhere he had to outline that no, it's Miami slang, because obviously across the world everyone's like, what the hell? Like, why would you?
What does it mean?
Because in the rap song he goes, I'm a gook, and he's a black guy with dreads. Like it doesn't add up.
I have no idea what like the history of the word is. Like I don't know what it is trying to refer. But chink, like people say, or chink off your armor, or like we took a chink off
in an armor.
Yeah, chink in an armor, whatever. Yeah. But that is a offensive term to say Asian people, specifically Chinese. Slope. The word slope is used against Asian people as well or slant, because their face is like slopey. So I never knew this. I'm like, these are just regular words, but used out of context. If you say it to an Asian
someone
person,
that doesn't know these words, he knows a lot about
them, bro.
No, I did my history.
He's a racist.
I was looking this up specifically for this podcast.
What to call each ethnicity? He's got these like bag of racist remarks for anyone who comes across.
But there's certain words which are
what do you
like
call Japanese people, bro?
Japs apparently is an offensive term to describe.
Japs.
Nips. Nips is an offensive term for Japanese people.
Nips.
Yeah. NIPS.
Because they don't have...
I don't know what the history is again, but
like you can go around just to a random country and accidentally offend like an entire nation. Like
there's like outback towns over here which have like the N-word in them. Some of them have like, and then the people have been like, or they have the word, what's that cheese?
Coon.
Coon cheese. Yeah.
So like they were like, this should be changed. Like what is this in reference to?
So what does coon mean exactly? Is this?
I don't know exactly what it means. But
raccoon. That I know of, bro. So
I think one way to piss off Americans is to call them seppos. I think they get them.
Seppos.
What does seppos mean?
I don't even know.
American whites or?
American white people. I've done it on Chelsea subreddit. I got semi-banned. So Chelsea has this player called Christian Pulisic. He's from America. And American fans support him heaps. So seppo means septic tank, which is derived from yank. yank, septic tank, Sippo.
That
It's
does
just
not even work,
this
bro.
is
bro, like, and they get pissed off. Like,
Yeah.
I've been reported for, like, self-harm, mental health, suicide risk, because I've referred someone as Sippo. So,
Okay.
yeah.
But I've heard like what's it called? What was the word I was? No, I'm blanking on the word.
Slope. Nips.
No, not that. Americans like of late, like the word mayonnaise was used as like
White.
like
Yeah.
whatever term, and then some whites were like, no, this is our N word now, bro. I'm like, there's no context.
Everyone just
Makes
wants the N word.
Yeah, that's why I was saying like, is the P word our N word?
So what would burgers have then? White sauce or
Burgers.
like if you can't say mayonnaise anymore.
Oh yeah, you put the white sauce or something. White even might be an offensive, like, or don't
Yeah.
use the word white.
The P word could be our N word. Well, I
Yeah.
don't know. Am I counted?
Nah, I don't think you are, bro.
It depends on who you would categorize as close enough to Pakistani. Indians make sense.
Then Chinese should be part of it then.
No, bro.
They're best friends.
No,
man.
but the word was used against Afghanis even as well. So like, if they fit, you fit, bro.
Easy,
you
bro.
are ethnically more Afghani than
I'm a
Pakistani.
Paki brother.
With Indian
Makes
touch.
But so
All
yeah,
Pakis have an Indian touch, bro.
specifically with
Unfortunately.
KSI. So he
Uh-huh.
wasn't the only one that was like being hated on, and they were going against the Indian member
Vikkstar.
Vikkstar because he is of South Asian background. It's
Yeah.
like, you should understand, rather than cutting it out, which didn't make sense to me because they filmed the whole thing.
Yeah.
It went through multiple edits. They obviously blurred the word out. They bleeped the word out. So they knew it existed in
Yeah.
the video, and they're still like, yeah, cool, let's just put it out.
Bro, I have a personal vendetta against Vikkstar.
Why? He
Personal-
took the shine.
Because back in the day, I used to like play COD heavily, right?
You were a fanboy?
Like me and my brother used
Yeah.
to play heavily, right?
Yeah.
And my brother, Vikkstar, had this YouTube competition, right?
Mm-hmm.
Whoever gets the most throwing knife kills in a row
Mhm.
and only throwing knife would win. I don't know what it was. I think it was like a $50 or $100 prize or
Gift
some
card,
shit.
yeah.
Yeah, I think it was like speakers or a mic, a headset or something. I can't remember. Anyway, so my brother comes second or third or something, and he posts this video and sends it to Vikkstar and blah blah blah, and then he never got his prize.
Well, you came second, so what you?
No, it was top 3 or something.
Okay,
like that,
yeah.
And
But
he
you're
never
all the
got
way
his
out in
prize.
Australia, bro. He's not
Huh?
gonna cater for Australians, bro.
We never got the prize.
Yeah.
I think he sent like my brother sent a video to him, like, or was commenting, like spamming stuff, like, look at my video, like I won, like
Yeah.
I
Essentially
came
with all
second.
Pakis, bro. Like
Yeah.
cheap people.
Yeah, if you start like
But then he never acknowledged
yeah,
it.
he probably took offense to the
It's
fact
like-
like these guys are bugging me, bro. Like,
Ever since then, bro.
you just hated Vikkstar.
Hate him.
And they were going after Muslim brother Chunkz as well because the poor guy is just there for the video.
And what good is it for KSI to go to a mosque?
Did you see what he did after?
Oh, I think I saw.
So-
I didn't realize it was him though.
So he apologized, obviously put out a statement, but then he's I think taking a break from social media, but now he's like doing the PR
yeah.
good guy
Rounds.
circle rounds, and then he visits some mosque in Bradford, and he ends up there, and people were saying like that Bradford mosque is full of like Arab Muslims more so than Pakistani Muslim. So he's just there, and then people are like, this guy's confused, bro. He doesn't know who he offended. But
would uncles even be like aware that he's said and done this, or would it would just be the young guys, and young guys aren't exactly.
So what's happened is like, I think we mistake what happens. Like the internet has made the world so like united, like what's the word, like interconnected
Yeah,
now, that if something is popping off in a niche circle just around kids now,
Yeah.
but it's big enough, it crosses over into the WhatsApp circles and Facebook circles.
Like crypto.
So there's actually uncles that are on YouTube now who are just like, oh, KSI, you saying the P word, you should be ashamed of yourself,
Yeah,
and they're
yeah,
making videos in
Yeah,
response to
yeah.
it. So Sun actually circulated one where this like, he's like a Dawa person mostly,
Yeah.
but he's Pakistani background. So he's using this as algorithmic, boost for his
It's
content,
just like we are, right?
just like we are.
We're not looking down on him.
Yeah, and then he's just like, okay, this is an opportunity for me to educate the youth about what this word being offensive.
Yeah.
Because what he found is like a lot of like Pakistani kids or like white kids that are, or KSI fans obviously,
Yeah.
they're saying like, oh, like what's the issue? Like it's just
Yeah.
don't take it too seriously,
Yeah.
essentially. And he's trying to teach them like this was used as like a way of bashing your parents, bashing your grandparents. So you should understand that context. But
Yeah.
kids are kids, bro. They'll just forget about it in a month and they'll become KSI fans again. Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
KSI has done good for everyone. YouTubers, imams are getting more exposure now. We're getting a bit more views.
Yeah.
I think it's a not bad word at all.
So more famous people should say slurs so we can make response videos to them.
Because no one knew of this awareness.
So now people know Pakistan is on the planet, right?
Yeah. Inshallah now.
Is it Paki or Paki? Or Pakka?
I think we would say
not that at all.
we say Pakistani.
Mm-hmm.
White people say Pakistani.
Pakistan.
Yeah. So whatever the
Pakistan.
pronunciation
Pakistan.
white people.
Yeah, they say Pakistan.
Don't go with the pronunciation of the white people. Or that could be our version of like the use it with the A or use it with the R N-word.
Yeah, bro.
So if we pronounce it like Paki, that's offensive. But if we say Paki, that's just like a regular term for us.
I'm with it, bro.
Yeah.
If it gives me the N-word part, I'm with it.
I was gonna say like Arabs over here, they have the word like wog. Or what other words are there?
Wog, I don't know, leb.
Yeah, apparently leb is an offensive term, but like lebs call that to each other as well.
There's actually a podcast called Lebby, bro. Like
yeah. So I think there are other words that are out there which are.
There's a song called in Paris, bro. So it's not that deep.
It's not that deep.
That's the thing the kids in UK are saying. It's not that deep, bro. Allow it to be said.
Allow it. I love UK.
And so what's your point regarding Lebanese?
Like obviously they have their own terms and they use it amongst each other as well. Like wogs call each other wogs.
They don't find it offensive.
Like super wog.
Super wog, yeah.
Super wog. He made a whole.
Yeah.
No, but apparently it is offensive to them.
Nah, bro.
Even Italians say like wog is offensive because it's used as I don't know what the full form of the word wog is.
I don't know.
It's an acronym. It's an acronym. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. We'll look it up after the podcast.
Sure.
Yeah.
Wog.
I was trying to come up with something.
White on God. I don't know.
That's I was thinking white on something as well, bro. But it's something else like
white and Greek.
Nah, it's not that. I don't think. But yeah, do we give a pass to brother KSI and just say use it as a learning opportunity for yourself and just
if you can retweet our podcast, then yeah.
Retweet the podcast.
Yeah, sure.
I think he's getting enough. Like I think we'll be way below.
He can have a pass. Vikkstar though.
No.
Have you seen the girl who is at a Kendrick Lamar concert and Kendrick invites the white girl invites her up to rap with him, like rap with him? I can't remember. I think it was Mad City or something, but I can't remember if that. I don't know it's not Mad City.
Everybody in the street. Yeah.
It was some song, right? Yeah. And she said the N-word. And then he paused the whole concert. It was like, whoa. And she was like, oh, like it's a concert, it's alright. Yeah. And it was just like, it was so awkward.
Did Kendrick make it awkward?
Yeah, for sure. Like,
come on, man.
Like even the crowd was like, oh, like it was terrible, bro.
Like at the girl saying it, or at Kendrick Lamar stopping the thing. Yeah,
it was at
I think it's Kendrick's fault, bro. I think it shouldn't be that bad.
They
like, have you seen the Harry Potter video?
No.
Yo, bro. There's this like Twitch streamer, and he gets a girl.
Cenat.
Yeah, he gets a girl who is, I don't think so, English is her first language or whatever. Okay. So he's black, obviously.
Oh, I've seen that. I've seen that.
No. She's like some
she's ginger,
Dutch.
Bro.
So that doesn't mean she speaks English, bro. I don't think so. English was her first language. Yeah. So he's like, repeat after me, and they're just doing random spells. And he says, N-word please, or whatever, right? And then she says it, and then his face is just like, and then he put it out. And like, obviously she doesn't know context or anything, so it wasn't on her type of thing. But yeah, bro.
No, but let's say if she knew what she was saying, but she was kind of like
insinuating.
Bro, just use simple words next time, please. Yeah.
I think she should not be put at fault.
No, she wasn't put at fault because that video has done so many rounds. Like, Roddy Rich performed in the UK. And what's his famous song? Yeah, whatever that.
The Box.
The Box, right? And that has multiple references or lyrics around the N-word.
Yeah.
And then they would like film, obviously, the crowd as well, right? And there were certain girls who were like censoring themselves, but then whenever like they would see that a lot of people are saying it, they would just pan out to not show anyone specific, right? And that video does the round, and they're just like, oh, Roddy Rich gave a whole 50,000 people the N-word pass, bro, just to say these words.
Kendrick should have done the same thing in hindsight.
Yeah, I think in concerts it should be loud. Like if everyone's saying it, like it's shit. Oh yeah. Like what is that? Like,
yeah. When you listen to rap songs, like what do you do? The thing is, mentally we're saying the word.
He's trying to put me in prison.
Mentally, everyone says the word.
I don't listen to rap songs.
Yeah,
how do you censor the word in your
in the sheets, bro?
Yeah. What's a word you use in place of the N word to replace it?
I don't.
Do you sing out songs in your mind?
Oh, like nibba.
Nibba.
Yeah.
That sounds
Stupid as hell, bro. Anyway, KSI, as Pakistanis, we forgive you, brother. I think you've learned your lesson. But next time, go to Pakistanis, please. Don't go to some Arabs to explain to you.
And why do you go to a mosque to learn this stuff? Like, you probably could go to any
corner shop. Like, just go to any boss man and he'll explain to you why the word was offensive. But yeah, the Sheikh, I think, did a good job. He explained to him that this is a learning opportunity. He was very remorseful. We forgive him, blah, blah, blah.
Cool.
And we do too.
How much you reckon that Sheikh was paid?
For PR. Maybe he's gave him like equity in Prime. Like, it's like, I'll slide you 2% equity, bro.
Prime's too expensive, bro. He must have gotten like a pack or something.
0.05%.
And like for some bottles, bro.
Yeah, it's like, oh, we'll supply you for a month of Ramadan with Prime, bro. Yeah. Anyway, that's it for another episode of Trash Talk Experience. This one potentially one of our most rowdy podcasts we've ever done.
Ratty, isn't radical.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, we'll catch you in the next one. Peace and bye.